We've got more official Black Ops 7 details surrounding multiplayer and campaign that were confirmed on the latest episode of the COD Pod earlier this week, and it's a few things that I want to dive in and discuss with you. So sit back, relax, and let's chat about what you should know. Drop a like for the algorithm, subscribe for more, and if you want to join in on these conversations live, head over to the Twitch link down below as we get back into the swing of getting a semi-regular stream schedule going. But anyways, let's get into it. So again, this information comes from the COD Pod, hosted by Miles Ross of the CDL and Activision, and Stephanie Snowden, the Senior Director of Communications for the COD franchise. So first, let's talk about the campaign details here at this. The COD Pod detailed that the campaign is going to be a David Mason story, dealing with both internal and external conflicts. And that's made pretty apparent from the teaser trailer, as he's in the presence of the guild at the beginning, but then breaks through into this sort of hellish mindscape where he eventually sees Raul Menendez, and we get that teaser flash of Black Ops 7. They also said, and this is one that I'm very interested in, that we will see what the Black Ops 2 canon ending actually is, like fully revealed without a doubt finally at this point. And I think that's pretty self-evident that we end up seeing that because, I mean, after all, we are going to be following this directly as close to the ending of Black Ops 2 as we've seen any other title come to at this point. But it'll be nice to finally have that confirmation after all these years. And honestly, up until just the last few years, it was kind of always open-ended where any number of those 8 endings could have been the canon ending. So far, it appears the canon ending would be something like Alex Mason is killed in Panama in the flashbacks of Black Ops 2. Harper lives and Fareed dies in the mission Achilles Veil, funnily enough taking place literally yesterday in the real-world timeline of what was set up in that Black Ops 2 narrative. This week is when the events of that game are unfolding in full for your fun gamer trivia. Karma also is killed, which leads to Salazar being killed and the Celerium worm is let loose to ravage the data systems around the world. And finally, it would appear that Menendez is executed at the end of the campaign, with the mention of a newer world in the key art for Black Ops 7, that being the video that's triggered upon his death in the Black Ops 2 campaign, where his movement Cortes D then rises up and overthrows everything. So if that were all to hold true, that would mean the Menendez we saw in the teaser trailer should only appear in Mason's mind, which leaves so much open as a plot line for the game going forward that if the main antagonist or likely just one of the antagonists is all in our character's mind. It's on brand for Black Ops, but also this kind of feels like a decoy of sorts, like an, oh my god guys, it's Menendez, he's back. But it's just a hallucination sequence, if that makes sense, like that kind of misdirection for it. But either way, it's said the true canon ending will be revealed with this game, which is cool. Curious if that's truly what happens or if that's like too easy an out and Black Ops 7 throws us for a loop, which I kind of think is possible if you're talking explicitly about internal and external conflicts. I mean, Michael Rooker is reported to be reprising his role as Harper, but I mean, maybe that's also a hallucination thing or an internalized sort of struggle with Mason, which then could change the outcome of that perceived canon ending that we just talked about. Maybe Harper does indeed die, which changes some of the trajectory of the events to follow beyond that. But we'll see. Honestly, I'm totally fine if they give us even more multiple endings. I love multiple endings in games. But at this point, also, imagine you set up a new canon ending, but then make more Splinter endings for this. Like, just confuse the hell out of us at this point with those technically 8 endings from Black Ops 2 and give us even more. If it's a psychological story, just splinter it even further. At this point, I'm an agent of chaos. I'm here for it. Narratively, it's also said to be going deep into Japan, where face value, there's not much more we can dissect about that, but there has been mentions in leaks that multiplayer will also see quite a few Japan references as well. So that's gonna have some future implications, it seems. And it's also said the level 1000 rewards in Black Ops 6 were explicit teasers relating to the fracturing that we see in the teaser trailer for Black Ops 7. That most likely referring to the PP919 blueprint and perhaps the level 1000 prestige icon as well. There was that loading screen of all the different screens that we also see kind of mirrored in that teaser trailer as well. Samuels, I still think was a teaser for like the general timeline, crew, and more, given the futuristic military rig compared to everything we saw in the 90s setting, and his bio explicitly mentions his involvement with Mason and Harper, both of whom are returning, though we don't know if Samuels is or not. Next, and the final thing for campaign, that Avalon clip, Yeah, unfortunately, that's co-op campaign. That was the suspicion we had from the very beginning, and kind of something we wanted to err on the side of caution for by not saying, hey, this is the Warzone map coming, or hey, Blackout 2, or whatever the case you may have wanted it to be, but it's now officially confirmed. By the time this video goes up, I'm not 100% sure if we've mentioned it yet, but recording a bunch of videos all around the same time, we either just had or will have a discussion in which we talk about the co-op campaign and being open world. Personally, I'm not a big fan of how this sounds in regards to having it all on Avalon. I feel like housing an entire campaign for an open world of COD isn't going to work well for the sizing of a Warzone map. Like, recent memory, AC Shadows, that map is massive. So, like, you could have a lot of stuff on something like that without much crossover and being like, I was just here. But how much crossover do you think you'll see in the size of a map of Urzikstan or Verdansk, or in this case, Avalon? I don't know if it's going to work too well gameplay-wise. I hope I'm wrong, but we'll see. Either way, it's unfortunate that this isn't a new Warzone mechanic, it's not a new Warzone map, and it's definitely not the return of Blackout for a Blackout 2 or anything. That dream seemingly died with early development of Cold War, but that Avalon clip, co-op campaign. Now, for multiplayer, obviously not much has been said about the game's multiplayer right now, but that doesn't mean things haven't been said, but it's just not much. Marketing is always campaign and sort of narrative and story, multiplayer, and then third modes. Sometimes they show things more than others. Sometimes they show them all at once, like Black Ops 4's reveal event and the Black Ops Direct that we had last year with Black Ops 6, but it's always kind of in that order. As such, we likely won't hear about multiplayer until sometime later down the line, my guess being August or September in full, if we're following the same sort of formatting of what we've seen for multiplayer reveals for the last few years. COD Next was that premier multiplayer reveal of the last 3 years, where September 15th was the date for Modern Warfare 2, where players got first hands-on and looks at multiplayer and Warzone 2.0, followed by a beta immediately after. October 5th was Modern Warfare 3's, where players saw multiplayer, Warzone, and zombies for the first time, with a multiplayer beta to follow immediately after. And August 28th was Black Ops 6's COD Next, where players saw multiplayer, zombies, and Warzone, again with a beta immediately to follow. So with the exception of Modern Warfare 3, which is an outlier in how they marketed that game, like for comparison, we had Black Ops 7 first teased with that teaser trailer we just got on June 8th. The first tease we saw from Modern Warfare 3 wasn't until August 7th of 2023, so a whole 2 months almost earlier than Modern Warfare 3's reveal is when we saw this Black Ops 7 teaser. Because of that, I'm not really expecting a multiplayer reveal to be so late in the year, but I mean, it could follow the same sort of gapped periods in terms of timelines, where we have a full reveal window coming that could be similar to what we have, where a teaser in June, a reveal perhaps in August of some kind through likely a Warzone event or a trailer of something, but then a COD Next debut likely in September if they're following that same sort of formula. But that's speculation. Anyways, what was confirmed was that we will see an evolution of Omni movement, and that we will not see wall running or jetpack mechanics. Framed in the sense of this being a game set 30 years before Black Ops 3 and 10 years after Black Ops 2, we're not going to see these pieces of tech just yet. That was said explicitly in that regard. And that makes sense for what we've heard for a while now in regards to leaks for mechanics, but at the same time, I mean, we did also just see wall running and thruster movement leaked into Black Ops 6's base game files. So it's a little confusing when we see that recently pointing towards that, but officially speaking, it's mentioned we won't have that coming. The only explanations that I can think of here for this would come down to one of two things. Either one, it's an upcoming LTM similar to, say, Heavy Metal Heroes from Blackout and Black Ops 4, where you had jetpack effects in Blackout. Maybe we have that coming up as an LTM for something in Season 5 or something in Season 6 or something like that. Or maybe it's the groundwork of systems in place, pulled from Black Ops 3 and just kind of like merged with the Omni movement system we have now and the engine that we have for Black Ops 6. Just sort of building out the evolution of Omni movement as we go forward into Black Ops 7 that is then somehow bled into the not quite live environment of Black Ops 6, because obviously you can't naturally just access that stuff, but to the point where it bleeds over into the base of Black Ops 6 a little early. From the sounds of it, with how this appears to be, it may very well be that we see the evolution being a sort of wall jump, a little quick push off of a wall perhaps that makes maybe vaulting or scaling tight vertical spaces easier to manage. But frankly, it's turned everything I've kind of expected upside down to a degree, just because, like, how do you evolve that omnidirectional system that we have now even further? I'm sure that once the answer presents itself, it'll be that light bulb moment of like, oh, how did we miss that? If we even do. Again, I think that it could be something that we just see these wall running leaks are leading somewhere, just not to the extent of the Black Ops 6 footage we've seen. So we'll see in time, but that is some information and details confirmed directly from Activision and the COD pod for what we see upcoming for Black Ops 7 later this fall. Obviously, again, we do have a full reveal coming later this summer sometime. As to when that will be, it's still up in the air and we don't have any definitive details, but we'll keep you in the loop as everything becomes available. But for now, that's where we're gonna wrap it up. So let me know your thoughts down below. What do you guys think of these new details surrounding Black Ops 7? Do you like the sound of them? Not so much? Drop your thoughts. If you guys enjoyed the video, you found it at all insightful, do me a favor and drop a like on the video. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss a single thing regarding all things Black Ops 7 and other FPS content. We got a lot in store coming later this fall that I'm very excited to share with you guys. Like, we got probably Battlefield 6, we've got Arc Raiders, we've got a lot of stuff that I'm excited for. So if you guys would like to stay in the loop for all of that and more, I'd love to have you in the community. For now, thanks so much for watching. Mine has been Espresso. I'll see you later. Take care and peace.